Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ilian and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we're going to have Cooper. Cooper is from Dallas, in Texas, in the USA. So let's see what Cooper has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello, Cooper. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Of course, of course. I'm happy to be here.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
So far so good. It's almost 3 o'clock. I've had a very productive day today.
Amazing. So tell me, so far, what has been the highlight of your day today?
What has been the highlight of my day today? I have to say, just kind of I'm getting ready for the Texas Bear Roundup here. So I've spent the day connecting with a lot of friends. So just kind of getting excited to see people. So I think that's a pretty good highlight.
So tell me about this event that's happening soon.
Yeah, no, it's this weekend in Dallas. It's a yearly event for bears. They have all different parties. I believe this year is like Roman gladiator themed. So it's a really fun time.
I see. And this event happen every year.
Yes, yes.
I see. So tell me where you're from, Cooper.
Originally from I grew up in Massachusetts, up in New England. Um, Now I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm kind of back and forth, but yeah, it's been a different change. The weather here is a lot warmer.
Okay.
Um, Especially this year with the monumental amounts of snow that they've been getting up north. So I picked a good time, I guess. But yeah, I do like the weather down here. The people are very friendly. So yeah, it's been a big change, but very welcome.
And what do you like the most about living in Dallas?
I gotta go back to the weather. Comparatively speaking, it's been a very mild winter here.
And all your family are back in Massachusetts.
Yes, yes.
And what do you do for work for a living, Cooper?
So I'm an adult performer.
Mhm.
I do live shows with the F Tour, formerly known as Fornication. Um, and I can also be found on OnlyFans, Just for Fans, some studio stuff.
Wow,
Uh, yeah, so that's it's different for most people, but something that I very much enjoy.
amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey, okay?
Awesome.
But before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I'd like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Oh, I tend to be an open book. I guess something that most people don't know about me is I'm kind of a big nerd, like science fiction, so like Star Wars, Game of Thrones. Uh, I have my own custom PC, so I'm a bit of a gamer.
Amazing. And you always liked?
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, my parents especially got me into it with like Super Nintendo back in the day, and I kind of really never stopped playing.
Amazing. Cooper, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. From the fun questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question. Okay?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the interview, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't answer, always can change. Okay?
Okay.
Amazing. First question is, when was the last time that you cried and why?
When was the last time that I cried? Ooh, um, I want to say it was like within the past month, and
Uh-huh.
it was a movie that I watched, but I can't think of what the movie was. But like I'm movies will make me cry pretty easily.
Do you cry easily usually?
I think if something hits me emotionally right, I'm not a person that's like afraid to per se. But like I think I'm more inclined to do it if I'm by myself.
And what's the biggest joy of being Cooper? What do you like the most about being you?
I think just like the people and experiences that I've been fortunate enough to meet and have,
Mhm.
um, that's probably, number one for me.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Cooper. Next question is define yourself in a season of the year and why.
Summer, because I think predominantly that is like the most fun season. Uh, and I'm a fun person. I like to have fun.
Tell me something. Were you born on summertime as well or not?
No, I'm a winter solstice baby.
And do you like celebrating birthdays?
Yes. I love birthdays. Uh, Famously love birthdays. I love to do like a big party, a big trip, something.
Uh-huh.
Um, uh, I didn't do anything this year, and I think it was the first time that I didn't have like some huge celebration. We went out for drinks, and I think it was like the smallest footprint my birthday's ever had.
Tell me one of the most meaningful gifts that you've ever received in your birthday.
Uh, Man, I think I've been very fortunate in life, and I've really received some like, amazing things over the years. Uh, the most meaningful, it's hard to say. I think that like, from the biggest to the smallest gift, it's like hard to be like, oh, that one is the most. I mean, gosh, someone taking their time out of the day to have a conversation could sometimes be the most meaningful gift.
That's a good
But
one, actually.
I hesitate to answer that question only because I don't think I put enough importance on the individual things.
I think you don't want to be in trouble. That's why.
Also that.
Aging for you is something that bothers you, or you just see as a matter of life.
I see it as a matter of life. You know,
Hmm.
it's definitely difficult. We live in a society that really puts a lot of emphasis on it. Um, I haven't ever really put a lot of emphasis on age. I think that it's something that really like helps me, in everything that I do too. Um, so, I think that like there will come a time when I'll change my mind on that, but I don't know. I think that I've also been a little bit fortunate to be one of those people that grows into their looks as well. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens in the next 10, 20 years.
It's amazing. I think aging is a beauty behind, I think that every decade we are in, I think there is something about it that, as you mentioned, the older you get, you feel more comfortable with yourself, feel more confident, and the beauty just flourish somehow. Get your point.
100%.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Right. So before the next question, tell me when the opportunities came along for you to start your career as an adult content creator. And the second part of the question is, what do you like the most about it?
Uh, so I think it was like a very long kind of uh incidental road that kind of got me there. I really like started my pages kind of formally during 2020, with kind of a lot of uncertainty and wanting a little bit of a side project backup plan. And over the preceding couple of years, a little bit of momentum growing, and I kind of found myself in a position where I could devote more time to it. And,
Mhm.
now kind of here we are. Uh, and it's been a very fortunate experience.
Mhm.
I am so grateful, especially for, the fans and just the support of the community has been outstanding. And I think that's my favorite part is the connections and the people and the friends that I've met and made along the way have been like life changing. Um,
Oh,
I, I think I can't even imagine things having happened any other way.
and the opposite side, what do you find most challenging about it?
Um, I think it kind of almost goes back to your other question of, um, putting all of yourself out there is a lot. It takes a lot. It can be mentally exhausting sometimes. Um, not comparing yourself to other content creators can be difficult sometimes, but you have to not do it. So I think that the most challenging thing, in some respects and on the worst days is just kind of like, uh, you know, believing in myself and also not having imposter syndrome sometimes.
And living in Dallas, do you think it's a place where is, let's say, it's easy for you to collaborate with others? Do you find hard, or sometimes you need to travel? How, based on your experience, how do you see that?
Uh, that's an interesting question. It's something that I've given kind of a lot of thought to. Previously being in New England, New York was never so far away, and that's like a very, I think there's a lot of content creators to kind of collaborate with there. Um, but again, it's kind of a troop. So, in making the move, in comparing the two, I definitely think that I've had a lot easier time connecting with other creators here in Dallas, overall.
Mhm.
We also have that nice big airport down here. So it makes kind of moving around a little bit less expensive at times.
I see.
Um, so yeah, but I do find myself on the road often, so I don't think that this is the end all be all place by any means.
I see. Okay. Next question is, if someone offered to tell your future, would you accept it or not, and why?
Oh, I want to say no to this, but I know that I'm gonna say yes. I think that it's too tempting to know. I mean, depending on the situation, if things, especially if things are going to go south, you wanted the chance to fix it.
And if the same person gave you an envelope with your death date inside of it, would you be able to open it or not?
No, I
Why?
have I have a hard time with just the general waiting for things.
Mhm.
It can really throw me off. Um, so if I knew that day, I would spend way too much time just kind of waiting for it, and not living the way that I would live otherwise. So I think that's the hard line, right? I'd like to know what the future is, but don't tell me where it ends.
And what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
uh, I think the meaning of life is just kind of, life is to be lived.
Mhm.
Uh, we're here one time that we know of, right? So I think you just kind of got to make the best of it, you know, be the best version of yourself.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've always been the kind of person to not want to make waves because exactly that. Like, if I meet you one time in my life, I would prefer that your memory of me isn't awful.
And tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
Trust your gut, trust your instincts.
Mm,
Don't debate it too much. I don't think anybody's right all the time, but
no.
it, I have learned that when I have a strong intuition on something, that it's usually spot on. So, don't waste too much time arguing with yourself in your inner monologue.
It's so interesting saying that because our intuition, it's so powerful that even though sometimes you're gonna do something that you know it's wrong or you know it's gonna hurt you, you know it's not the right thing to do, but you just do it, and your intuition is telling you not to. So you go prepared, knowing that somehow you're gonna pay off afterwards or something's gonna happen, but you just know it. Deep inside, it's talking to you very strongly, for sure.
100%. Exactly.
Next question. Okay, next question is share with us a crazy or funny story that happened to you when you were a child at school.
Uh, oh man. My memory is awful. I can tell you a very funny story from when I was 2 or 3 years old.
Okay?
Uh, it was during a snowstorm, and uh, my mom and I were living, it was just the two of us at the time, and she went down into the basement to change the laundry over, and I locked the door behind her.
Ooh,
And so she had to, no shoes, snowstorm, had to
oh
open
God.
the bulkhead and then go out around and come back inside. And when she got to the door, it was locked, so she had to knock. And I came to the door and I go, "Who is it?" And needless to say, when she got inside, she says that she grabbed me by the back of my farmer jeans and trucked me up the stairs and put me in my room for the rest of the day. Uh, but yeah, I just think it's very funny that I was so calculated at such a young age.
And you have brother and sister as well?
Yes, I grew up with a sister. She's about 4 years younger than me.
Which person in your family, you feel the closest to? And, sometimes when you're feeling the greatest, this person just come to your mind for you to share the news or when you want to share this great moment. At the same time as well, when you're feeling the lowest for some reason, this person comes to your mind for you to share, to talk a little bit to each person that would be.
It's funny. I was thinking about this kind of yesterday. It's definitely my mom, and I think I inherited a lot from her. A lot of her personality, um, values, and I was reflecting yesterday, especially in just kind of this crazy state of the world, and uh, you know, it's always, I've learned to not, but it's always been, oh, call mom to talk about it. Um, and I've learned to pull back a little bit because nobody needs that much negativity all the time. But, also, I think part of it is like just that childhood coping mechanism of when things go wrong to like your parents kind of are there to guide you through it.
That's good.
Um, and things have just become so upside down now that like nope, no no one's mom, no one's dad's fixing it. No one person's fixing it for anybody. So it's always there. I think though it's important to balance. Is it a mutually kind of beneficial conversation, or is it just me making myself feel better? And I think that's important for me to ask of all my relationships. Um,
Well,
and making sure that, I guess also that I'm there and I reciprocate that.
okay, so your mom is watching this interview right now and have a moment, an
She's gonna
opportunity to
tell
say,
me, she would tell you that I'm full of. But she's funny like that.
Okay, but she's watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching.
Um, I, I think that we have a very open, very open channel of communication. So if she's watching right now, I would just say, "Hi, Mom, I love you. Look,
Oh,
someone wants to talk to me."
sweet. It's funny because I think, we have people around us that we love, we care, we trust, but our mom, our connection there, it's something different, special that, as you said, you can get angry, there can be some, fire there in a relationship, of course. But it's a person that somehow they're gonna be with us, or they're gonna think positive about us, always. It's interesting. My mom is back in Brazil. I'm from Brazil originally, and I've been living on my own like for so long. Since I was 19, I left Brazil all the way to Europe. And once I called her a few years ago and said to me, "You know what? I think about you every day, literally." And I was like, when she said that, I kept in my mind because, again, we have friends, people around us, family members that we think sometimes about them, or we remember some memories. And when she said that, she said, "Doesn't matter, we don't need to talk every day, but I think about you every single day." And that somehow made me feel so protective, or stronger, you know what I mean? Because I know someone thinking about me every single day. And I know she meant it. And I think this connection, it's just unique. I get your point. Cool.
Yes, 100%. It's, and I know, I think that that person is probably different for everybody. Not everyone feels the same way, but,
Totally.
um,
Yeah.
it's, and some days it's a more complex relationship than others, but,
Yeah, yeah.
it's the oldest one that I have, right?
And sometimes they know us even better than ourselves. You know what I mean? They can tell us sometimes, like, you know what, something's happening, or you're not well, or you're happy, or something is going on. They can read us very well. Get it.
Well, 100%, yes.
Next question. Right. Before the next one, how was for you growing up as a gay boy, back in Massachusetts? Did you have the support of your family at the time, or was it a bit tricky for you?
My family has always been very supportive.
Hmm.
That was, you know, my mom will tell you that she knew long before I told her.
Hmm.
Um, and especially growing up in Massachusetts, a very liberal place. Um, I don't think, you know, I was very fortunate in my growing up to have what I would say was a pretty easy time as a young gay guy. So I think I'm very appreciative of that, because it allowed me to kind of uh, you know deal with kind of, I suppose, deal with things more like my straight peers,
Hmm.
um, in kind of growing up, and not have this, once I kind of let go of that secret, not have that just be like, oh, kind of like, okay, well, I survived that, and now, let's learn how to talk to dudes or whatever. Um, so, I'm fortunate that, I had a lot of friends growing up, and nobody made it hard ever. Um, it was a small kind of community where I lived, as far as
Hmm.
as far as a gay community. Um, but you know, I think that for me, in reflection, it's nice to grow up in a place that let me be myself, so that I could kind of help push along to the next generation that, it's fine, it's going to be okay. Um, I mean, gosh, I remember having that conversation with so many people who whether they ended up coming out of the closet or not, like just being able to be there for somebody was always a very positive feeling for me growing up.
As an adult, living, you had experience in Massachusetts, you had, live in Dallas right now. how do you say? Do you think it's easier, or being gay in Dallas, or maybe you would feel more comfortable being gay in Massachusetts? How do you see that based on your experience?
I think I hesitate to speak on Dallas as a whole.
Hmm.
My experience in my travels has been that, you know, I think that a lot of the South gets a bad rap. I think that especially specific, or maybe more specifically in the bigger cities, you know,
Hmm.
they are very, very liberal leaning populations. And uh, I think that growing up, it's hard to say, right? I think that a lot of people are okay with it until it's something that is in their family or that I hesitate to use this phrase, but like have to deal with.
Hmm.
Um, so I think that there's a natural progressive attitude in the Northeast where like you're gonna have that kind of school experience that's gonna probably be a bit more positive up there. Um, just there's more support for people who are queer, questioning, whatever. Whereas you probably won't see that as much, especially from like an administration down here.
Right.
And I mean, Texas is huge. So like, and Massachusetts is little. So it's hard for me. I don't want to say 100% yeah. I think it's
Hmm.
always going to be a case to case basis
I see.
until it's not anymore, right?
I see. Okay. Next question for you is, what's your idea of a perfect day?
A perfect day. I think the perfect day is one where everything goes according to plan. Nobody cancels anything. Everybody's on time. Uh,
You're talking about your job, yeah?
no, just in general, just in
Okay.
general.
Okay.
And I'm making allowance for myself because I only have a 50% on time rate for myself.
Right.
No, I just am on the go a lot. So for me, like just an easy day. I like it when I have something to do. Don't have to wake up and think about it. I think one of the biggest transitions of kind of moving to working for myself is the control 100% of my schedule. So uh sometimes that can be a stress in and of itself. So I think I
Right.
really just like enjoy when the day is mapped out and everything goes according to plan. Yay. Um yeah, I'm a simple man.
Based on your schedule, do you have, like, for example, you organize your diary based like in days off, the weekend, or maybe evenings off, or you work more the evenings, or for you it just go how the flow is going, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of times it's just kind of going with the flow. I'm not known to turn off very much. I definitely can and do when I need to. Um, I think that I'm still finding my flow,
Okay.
especially like now, I'm in a place where for the first time I was kind of always playing catch up, catch up, catch up, and now I'm caught up and I am, you know, finally able to be like, okay, like what's next for me, kind of. What's the next thing? What do I want to do next? I have this chunk of time and so, again, it's like that's why I hate the feeling of being like, what am I where am I going now? So the perfect day is always one that's I've already planned.
what
Uh,
what will be the title of your memoir one day?
the man who thought he could do too much.
Good one.
colon, so he did nothing.
You always had this mindset or this personality of like putting a lot on your plate, or you always wanted to, yeah, you always been this way.
Yeah, I have a tendency of like of thinking big and maybe even a history of biting off more than I can chew. Um, but you know, I have a lot of passion for the things that I kind of get into. You know, a side effect of kind of where my career has gone has been you know, the joys of learning digital editing and you know, lighting and not to say that I'm the best at any of those things, but uh, I have the fundamentals and I've taught that to myself. And so, you know, it's kind of as I continue on this journey, I'm gaining more skills. So the horizons are really kind of opening up.
I see. I think it's, you know, everything we do in life, the most somehow you just get curious about and you get more professional, you start learning other ways. And one point is just, you know, being more mature about the, you know, the journey and understand more about it.
Yeah, and I mean, it just again, like having the experiences and meeting so many different people, you learn so many different things.
Totally.
Everybody's got their little talents and their skills. And if you pay attention, you listen, you watch, you kind of can pick some stuff up.
Amazing. The questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me the very first time that you did this, a professional collaboration as a dude content creator. The second part of the question is tell me a situation that was funny, you know, for you was a bit, I don't know, you're always going to remember this moment because it was a bit strange or funny. And the third part of the question is tell me something that went wrong. Maybe I don't know, you're not prepared, or the other person wasn't prepared, or the situation didn't work out. Can you share those three situations?
Yeah, you might have to go through them with me one by one.
Sure. So
I
the
have the
first one
memory of a
is,
goldfish.
yeah, I get it. The first one, the first time that you've done as a professional adult content creator, tell me the feel, the situation. How did it happen?
You know, funny enough, very much in the same way that kind of uh I still do things today, you know, via Twitter, just kind of seeing someone, I saw someone was in the area and I wanted to kind of, uh, you know, film,
Yeah.
you know, not just myself. And so, you know, I just reached out. I can't even think of what their handle is at the moment. Um, but I just reached out and yeah, we met up and it was, you know, very easy, very natural. And I think if I recall correctly, I accidentally deleted half the footage. So it was just a very
No way.
to get two out of that.
Oh my God. Wow.
I think that probably to kind of dovetail into like something going wrong. I went out to Folsom not this past year, the year before, in San Francisco, and on the way out there, I was working on the flight and I left my little like tech case on the flight. And also JetBlue broke my luggage on that flight. But
Ooh.
so like yeah, I lost a lot of footage that day because it
Oh
happened to
my
be a hard
Lord.
drive.
Oh my God. It hurts.
uh
That hurts for sure. Oh my God. The feeling.
just like, you know, losing things in general is the worst, but like just, you know, a couple $100 worth of equipment, not to mention footage
Wow.
is just but I've learned my lesson and now I rely on the cloud very heavily.
Cooper, I'm gonna make you feel a little bit better now after a story I'm going to tell you. When I started doing the show, the very first day when I started doing the interviews, I had five people, five interviews in one day. Four of them, they were friends that I knew it. Of course, I didn't have the website. I was literally starting, so I was literally starting. So I invite friends, of course, to, you know, to do the interview, and I invited a random person, you know, through the internet, through the social media, and he accepted and explained everything because was I was starting, and this person took the challenge because imagine not every day that someone invites you to participate in a Magic Box questions. Anyway, he accepted, and I remember doing the interview with him. He was a stranger. We did this amazing interview. We loved it. He enjoyed a lot as well, and I was so excited because he was a stranger, and also somehow we made it happen. Yeah. In the end of the interview, I forgot. In the beginning, I forgot to press the record button, so I didn't record the interview. I couldn't forgive myself because it was amazing. It was great, and I forgot to press the record button. So imagine my feeling.
I've been there.
You see, and as you know what I mean. You don't forgive yourself. However, it's you're just learning about it. That's why when I start doing the interview, straight away I press the button because if I start talking before doing that, I can get distracted easily and I can forget. You know what I mean? So that was a learning lesson the very first day when I started doing the interviews for the Magic Box because it really hurt me, and I never mentioned it again because it just didn't happen. Anyway, learning.
It it happens. I mean, we're only human, right?
Totally. And I think I'm glad that, not glad, but it happened the first day. So somehow, straight away, I kind of, organized myself to do it right afterwards. So yeah, hope this situation made you feel a little bit better.
I feel seen for sure.
Next question is, I think this one's going to be very easy for you. Which movie you could watch over and over again?
Um, well, yeah, easy for sure in that there's several, but probably like Star Wars.
Do you prefer the old ones or do you prefer the most modern ones?
I like them all, honestly. I've never really been a hater of any of it,
Right.
uh, but I guess probably the old ones, yeah.
And which one is your favorite character of all time?
Princess Leia.
Nice one.
Carrie
Wow.
Carrie Fisher was one of my favorite actresses, like
Wow.
forever.
Amazing. Two questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question is I believe you're in a relationship right now, aren't you?
I am.
Okay, so this one's not gonna work for you because it's about dating. Okay, next question for you is if you could have been a moment or event in history, which one that would be and why?
Man, that's an interesting question.
Mhm.
I guess I'm kind of a history buff, so like you're giving me all these questions, or it's hard to just pick one answer, right? Uh, but you know what? I think I'd love to just like go back to the 80s. Me and my cousin used to say this, or just go back to the 80s and just like party like for a week. Just just have that experience. I think that I mean, I could say that I'd love to go to Stonewall during the riots or like Berlin Wall falling. They would be equally as exciting to me. But like, let me take a vacation in the 80s. No cell phones.
Cooper, I said so many times this on the show. I wish I could go back to the 80s with my age I am right now for a long weekend just to feel that vibe. You know what I mean? I grew up in the 80s and I remember growing up when pop music was starting, ABBA, Elton John, Madonna, Billy Idol, all those big names was literally starting. And I remember as a child watching all of that, I was like confused. And I was like, oh my God, was explosion. The 80s was explosion. And I wish I could go back with this age I am right now, just for the weekend, just to feel that vibe as an adult, just to be amazing. Get your point.
100%. But I think like any decade, honestly,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
just like let me get a little taste. I think, gosh, if we ever invented time travel, there's my business idea.
Who is your favorite artist of all time in the music industry?
Oh, I think it's changed a lot over the years. Like,
Uh-huh.
I could tell you right now that my favorite album of all time is, I actually have it. Had to ship it from Japan to get it on vinyl, but it's
Wow.
a little band called The Like. The album's called Release Me. It's got this like very like Beatlesy girly vibe.
Right.
Uh, so like that's my favorite album. I think that like in this moment, I really am just like a big Taylor Swift stan, but like I'm super hesitant to tell people that.
Top three favorite songs of Taylor Swift.
I don't know if it works like that. I don't know if I like have favorite, I think like projects. I don't know. I tend to like listen to, I love, I'm a vinyl collector, so I tend to listen to like the album. So
I
like I'd
see.
probably say like the two Folklore I really like. The Midnights I really like.
Uh-huh.
Uh 1989.
I like
Uh,
the one that I don't know the name of it, but it says, I like what to do, what to make me do, something like that when she's wearing black. What's the name of the song? Do you know the name? I don't know the name. I love the
look,
song.
look what you made me do.
Yes, this one. It got, it got to my, in my list for forever. I was listening over and over again. Now I have a list for a while, but sometimes just come back and I go like, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm seeing your T-shirt, Neon Genesis Evangelic. It's just is it just a T-shirt or it's a place or a community? What's about?
It's an anime.
I see. Of course, of course.
It's one of my favorite anime actually.
Uh, Last question,
uh
ready? Oh, sorry, you
yes.
want to say something? Sorry, you want to say something? No?
No, I'm ready.
See, let's do it. Okay, before the last question, tell me a person that's, if you could choose for collaboration as a content creator, you could choose one person that you haven't done yet, haven't collaborated yet, that you'd love to do it. Which part that would be?
Uh or maybe I can even show you his page. This guy right here. It's Instagram, so it's friendly.
I can.
Oh, my camera doesn't want to. Well, his name is Gadget. He is from the East Coast. I think like maybe Virginia, North Carolina area. Yeah, I think that he's a very talented content creator. And I hope to, among, so many other content creators, hope to meet up with him sometime.
And why him? Why? What's something about him that stands out?
Uh, I don't know. The vibe is there, right? It's quality content. That usually like catches my eye. And then yeah, I don't know. Uh, it's hard to say, I just kind of am like, oh, is this something that I'm vibing with? Is this something where if I was just kind of scrolling, do I think that's someone that I could make something that other people would enjoy? Um, yeah, and then uh, I think like just if there's an attraction there.
I see.
Can
Okay.
only speak for myself though, right?
Hopefully, this interview gets to him somehow, and you never know, might get a call or a message. Actually, shall we collaborate sometime soon?
You never know, right?
If he contacts you through the show, you need to send me a scene in private, okay? For me to have a look, okay?
100% will.
I'm being cheeky now. Last question for you is, what gives you butterflies?
Um, I would have to say my wonderful boyfriend.
Oh, sweet.
Always so much. Cohen
Oh,
is his name. No, he is just like great and he's challenging and he does make me get that ooh feeling.
how did your path cross for the very first time, if you can share?
We met a couple years ago at New Orleans during Southern Decadence. We were introduced by friends.
I see. What's the
Yes.
biggest what's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
Oh, I can tell you right now, the biggest difference is I am such a TV junkie and he hates television.
Oh,
I mean, I think that's definitely one of our differences. What was your second question?
the biggest similarity.
I think like just our general like curiosity around people and uh our just curiosity for like the world.
Amazing.
Um, I think him more so than me, but uh yeah, I think that there's just like a general like empath connection.
And he's from Dallas as well, or not?
Yes.
From Dallas. Okay,
Well, yeah, he's from Texas, or we both live in Dallas.
I see. Right, so then Jets, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just the one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with money.
Success.
Fear.
What was I gonna say? I can't even speak. Uh, uh, trying one word that it means lack of courage.
Okay. Family.
Love
Life.
forever.
Religion.
Meh.
Love.
Eternal.
Politics.
Trivial.
Sex.
Important.
Friendship.
More important.
Desire.
Spicy.
Ooh. Regret.
Non-existent.
Success.
Mandatory.
I like that. Wish.
Like, uh, hope.
I like this. Like it's coming.
That's my inner Italian.
It's coming. Happiness.
Success.
One word for Massachusetts.
Home.
One word for Dallas.
Home base.
USA. One word.
Troubled.
And the last one now. Adult content creator. One word.
What was that? Sorry.
Adult content creator. One word.
Me.
Yeah. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your boyfriend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your boyfriend, define Cooper in one positive and one negative word only. What he would say about you?
Very nice, a little chaotic.
If I would ask the same question to your lovely mom, would be the same answer?
Probably the same.
They know you very well. Let's play now Cooper and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before asking the question, when people they subscribe to your page or when people watch your content, what's something about it that you'd like people to take with them, or maybe to when they see it, they go with that memory that they want to watch it again? There's something about it that stands out.
Yeah, I think that I'm trying to reach a diverse population of people. And so I just want people to walk away satisfied, obviously. You
Uh-huh.
know, um, someone came up to me in a bar one time and asked me, "How do you do that?" And I was like, "What is that?" And they said, just be so confident in your body, like you're sexy, but like you don't look like everyone else. And I said, well, that's why I think that someone's got to get out there, right, and be like hairy, and I don't have a six pack, but like I'm still doing it, right? I think that I'm I'm here because I want to be, and I'm here because I want people to like be able to like see themselves and know that it's not just for one kind of person. Um,
Amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
I think nowadays people they are so more open-minded. They like the you know people when they are literally themselves, without trying to fit in certain stereotype. Or I think people appreciate that more and more. You know what I mean? I think it's amazing to see that. And what do you think is the most big misconception that people still have from content creators?
Um, that I think that there's definitely a stigma around, uh, people substance abuse. I mean, there's definitely a problem just in the community in general, as of like the gay community in general. But there is a large number of us that are not using drugs at all. So, I've definitely had that slung at me. Um, but, you know, and I think also the fact that it is a community, is lost on a lot of people. I've met so many just amazing, um, strong people, some of my best friends now in this industry. And, um, I think it's important for people to remember that, just like any industry, you're going to meet all types of people. Um, our, you know, our upstanding individuals, just and no real different from any other type of content creator or online influencer. So there's a lot of stigmas to be worked through, but I think that, just like anything else over time, hopefully we'll see like a shift in attitude on kind of our industry.
I think people need to understand that all of us, we are here, navigating through life and just, learning and working hard, and, and living a life. I think there, as long as you're not hurting others, you are literally, paying your bills, you are doing a job. I think people need to understand that more than ever. Great.
100%.
Cooper, you can ask me a question now.
All right. I guess, man, what was your inspiration for starting this?
Great question. And the answer comes straight away. People. Cooper, you have no idea how fascinating people are. I think we have so much to share. Talking to random people around the globe, have no idea, how amazing is to see the way we express ourselves through questions, the way we think, the way we think. Again, they're not right or wrong. For example, when I ask you about this question about the envelope that, to open or not, um, in the beginning, when I started doing the interview, I thought, oh, I'm gonna take it out because everybody's gonna say I wouldn't open, I wouldn't open. And actually, a lot of people they said yes, and the reason they say why, it's interesting, and that's proof that they are not right or wrong. It's just the way you approach life, the way you express yourself, and seeing those people expressing themselves, the way they about their sexuality, the way could be anything about their art, so about their job, about their passion, could be anything. It's amazing to see. So the biggest inspiration for me is about people. I get so excited. The best part of the show for me, when I send the link and I'm just waiting for the person to accept so I can see my guest for the very first time. And I feel great because I go, oh my God, it's something connection starting now. And through the interview, when they start, talking about themselves, expressing, their values, their life, anything, it's just I feel excited about it because it's amazing. So yeah, the big inspiration for me is about people for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. How many episodes have you done?
You know what? I lost a bit of count because since YouTube starts counting the shorts as well, so I have over 10,000 shorts in interviews, through this year. However, I believe that interviews I know I have over 1,200. I know that for sure because I know. So it doesn't feel like, to be honest, because when I'm doing the interview, for me it's so not normal and natural. I love it that I just see the numbers when somehow it reminds you, the YouTube or your social media, go like, oh my God, it's insane. You know what I mean? It's insane how much interviews. And but yes, more than 1,200, that's for sure. And shorts, it's a lot shorts because more than, I would say more than 7, 8,000 because I put shorts every day. So yeah, it's a great place to be here. You have no idea how amazing it is to be here and connect with people around the globe. It's great. I don't feel tired. I could do that 24 hours no stop. Trust me.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's it's a dream come true every day, Cooper. Trust me, it's a dream every day when I'm sitting here. I just remember I'm recording when I look on the side because I just feel talking to friends and people, that we meant to have this moment now, and it's amazing. I learn every day, every interview I do. Sometimes I don't see the message when I'm doing the interview because I'm so overexcited. But when I'm editing in a quiet place on my own, that's when I see the interview and I said, oh my God, it's so interesting to see that. And so, yeah. But the big inspiration, people, for sure. I couldn't be here on my own. You know what I mean? Couldn't just be here. I need people here with me and leaving their signature in the Magic Box as well.
I hear you.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, 100%. It's been a
Thanks
great
again.
time.
Thanks again. Thanks for being so kind and sweet and accepting the invitation. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah, I think my parting message would have to be just go out there and do unto the world as you would have done to yourself. And we would be in a much better place if people did.
For sure. Regards to your partner, to your family and friends, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure to have you on the show, okay? Enjoy your day.
Thanks, you
Take
too.
care. Bye-bye.
Have a
Take
good
care.
one. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.